The 2025 inauguration was always going to be historic, but no one expected Barron Trump to be the one making headlines. For years, he remained silent, until now. Towering over the crowd with an air of quiet confidence, Barron took the stage and delivered a stunning first speech that left America in shock. His calm presence stood in stark contrast to the political chaos surrounding the event. But behind the scenes, something bigger was unfolding. What exactly did he say that sent shockwaves across the nation? And why is everyone still talking about it? Let's break it down. Barron's inauguration moment. The 2025 inauguration was one of the most highly anticipated events in recent history, and as Donald Trump took the stage for his second term, all eyes naturally turned to the Trump family. Yet, it was Barron Trump who captured the public's attention, particularly due to his unexpected speech. Before we dive into the moment Barron stunned the nation, it's crucial to understand what led to this pivotal day for the youngest Trump and his role within his family's political journey. The inauguration of Donald Trump on January 20th, 2025, was a grand spectacle held in Washington, District of Columbia, marking his return as the 47th President of the United States. A rare occurrence in American history, this moment echoed Grover Cleveland's non-consecutive terms in the late 19th century. Due to inclement weather, the ceremony was moved indoors to the United States, Capitol Rotunda, ensuring both comfort and the seamless execution of the day's proceedings. The day began with the swearing-in ceremony, where Chief Justice John Roberts administered the oath of office, while First Lady Melania Trump held two Bibles, a symbolic tradition of continuity and leadership. Following the oath, President Trump delivered his inaugural address, outlining his vision for the future and reflecting on America's path forward. As night fell, Washington transformed into a stage of celebration, with inaugural balls and patriotic gatherings showcasing both elegance and national pride. One of the most anticipated events was the Commander-in-Chief Ball, held at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center, honoring military service members and their families for their dedication and sacrifice. The evening's festivities were nothing short of spectacular, featuring electrifying performances from country music stars Rascal Flatts and Parker McCollum. As the world-renowned band took the stage, their high-energy set lit up the crowd, bringing a wave of excitement to the night's celebrations. Adding to the grandeur, President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump made a special appearance, sharing dances and heartfelt moments with attendees. The couple's presence embodied the spirit of unity and appreciation, honoring the armed forces and celebrating the nation's historic occasion in true patriotic style. Take a moment to unwind, grab your favorite tea or coffee, and enjoy this video with us. A night of elegance and celebration. The Liberty Ball, held at the National Building Museum, was a stunning tribute to American heritage and unity, set against a backdrop of majestic historic architecture. As President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump made their grand entrance, applause erupted from an audience of dignitaries, celebrities, and citizens from across the country. The air was filled with pride and optimism, as attendees indulged in live music, gourmet cuisine, and lively conversations, making the evening a true celebration of national spirit. Another highlight of the night was the Starlight Ball, hosted at the Smithsonian Institution building, also known as the Castle. This event blended elegance with a touch of whimsy, featuring dynamic performances from artists like Nelly and the Village People, who brought an infectious energy to the celebration. As the President and First Lady took to the dance floor, mingling with guests, the atmosphere radiated an inclusive and festive spirit, uniting people from all walks of life. Beyond the official inaugural balls, Washington, District of Columbia, was alive with unofficial gatherings and parties organized by political groups, cultural institutions, and private citizens, each adding their unique flavor to the celebrations. The All-American Inaugural Ball, held at the Hyatt Regency Capitol Hill, stood out with its multiple entertainment zones and tributes to American heroes, offering attendees a dynamic and patriotic experience. The night's star-studded performances showcased the rich cultural tapestry of the United States. Carrie Underwood and Jason Aldean delivered powerful renditions of patriotic anthems, stirring the crowd's sense of national pride, while Snoop Dogg and Nelly added a contemporary touch, reflecting the nation's diverse musical heritage. The overall atmosphere of the inauguration was one of celebration and unity, as political figures, celebrities, and everyday Americans came together to witness history. Tradition met modernity, and formality blended with festivity, creating an unforgettable night of optimism, entertainment, and national pride. The inauguration that shocked America. The 2025 presidential inauguration was more than just a ceremonial transition of power. It was a testament to the endurance of American democracy, a celebration of tradition, and a reflection of the nation's evolving political and cultural landscape. Through a series of well-curated events, performances, and gatherings, the nation honored the peaceful transfer of power and the beginning of a new chapter in its history. The inaugural balls and celebrations not only paid tribute to President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump, but also brought together political figures, celebrities, and citizens from all walks of life. Yet, amid the grandeur, one moment stood out above all: the moment Barron Trump took center stage and delivered a speech that no one saw coming. But more on that later. As the hours counted down to Donald Trump's swearing in as the 47th President of the United States, attention naturally centered on him. However, his family's role in supporting him could not be overlooked, especially as he embarked on this new phase of his political career. Throughout his first term and the lead-up to this inauguration, Trump's children, Ivanka, Donald Jr., Eric, and Barron, were key players, each contributing in their own way to his political and personal journey. Not just family, but strategic figures, they played crucial roles in maintaining his public image and influence. And as Trump stepped into his second term, their involvement was far from over. Among them, Ivanka Trump had been one of the most visible members of the Trump family during his presidency. Initially taking on an official role as an advisor, she focused on women's economic empowerment, job creation, and entrepreneurship, gaining recognition as a key political figure in her own right. While she stepped away from her White House position after her father's first term, her behind-the-scenes influence never truly faded. Her ability to connect with business leaders, navigate political landscapes, and manage diplomatic relations made her an indispensable force within the Trump circle. Though more private in recent years, Ivanka's political and business acumen ensured that her involvement in Trump's second term would not be overlooked. Her relationship with Donald Trump is built on mutual respect and shared strategy, making her an asset in both political and business negotiations. Known for her composure under pressure, intelligence, and strategic foresight, Ivanka continues to be a key presence in shaping Trump's influence, whether in the public eye or behind closed doors. As the second term unfolds, her role remains pivotal in the Trump family's continued presence on the political stage. Donald Jr., the loyal defender. Few figures have been as vocal and unwavering in their support for Donald Trump as his eldest son, Donald Trump Jr. Known for his fiery rhetoric and strong opinions, Donald Jr. has been on the front lines of his father's political battles, fiercely defending him against media criticism, political opposition, and public scrutiny. Throughout Trump's political career, his eldest son has served as one of his most outspoken champions, ensuring that his father's vision and policies remain at the center of conservative discourse. Donald Jr.'s role in the Trump movement is multifaceted. From campaigning tirelessly, making high-profile appearances at rallies, and leading public conversations on conservative issues, he has been instrumental in energizing Trump's base. His social media presence, where he amplifies his father's achievements while relentlessly critiquing opponents, has shaped the political narrative in a way that aligns with Trump's agenda. Beyond politics, Donald Jr. remains a key player in the Trump Organization, balancing both the business and political spheres as his father embarks on his second term. With Trump's presidency continuing into a second term, Donald Jr. is expected to retain a significant role, serving as a liaison between the administration and the conservative base. His ability to rally support, engage with the public, and control the messaging within conservative circles makes him one of Trump's most powerful allies. Whether through media appearances, political activism, or behind-the-scenes strategy, Donald Jr. is poised to remain a force in shaping his father's legacy. Eric Trump, the steady force. While Donald Jr. thrives in the spotlight, Eric Trump has built a reputation as the steady hand behind the scenes, the one ensuring that the Trump empire continues to run smoothly. His loyalty to both his father and the family legacy has never wavered, making him an essential figure in both business and politics. Following Donald Trump's election to the presidency, Eric took on an expanded role within the Trump Organization, overseeing day-to-day operations while his father focused on the political arena. His ability to manage the business side of the Trump brand has been instrumental in ensuring its continuity, all while maintaining a low-key but powerful presence. Beyond the boardroom, Eric has also been deeply involved in fundraising efforts, working to support Trump-aligned causes and ensuring that his father's political influence remains strong. Though he doesn't seek the spotlight in the same way as some of his siblings, Eric's role remains critical. His grounded approach, sharp business acumen, and unwavering dedication make him a key figure as Donald Trump embarks on his second term. Whether in business, politics, or behind the scenes, Eric Trump is set to remain a loyal and influential force in shaping the next chapter of the Trump legacy. If you enjoyed this video, drop a 1 in the comments, and if not, let me know with a 0. I appreciate your feedback. Barron Trump, the rising legacy. Among the Trump family, one name still remains a mystery to many: Barron Trump. As the youngest of Donald Trump's children, he has spent most of his life out of the public eye, a stark contrast to his older siblings, who have played active roles in both politics and business. While Donald Jr., Eric, and Ivanka became key figures in their father's political and corporate empire, Barron has been allowed to grow up in relative privacy. However, as he matures, it is becoming increasingly clear that his role in the family's legacy is far from insignificant. Raised in a world of high expectations and extraordinary privilege, Barron has had a unique upbringing, shaped by both his father's political career and his mother's influence. Unlike his older siblings, who were already adults when Trump entered politics, Barron grew up in the White House, witnessing history unfold firsthand. This has given him a rare perspective, one that could shape his future if he ever decides to step into the public sphere. Despite being known for his reserved demeanor, those close to the family often remark on his sharp intellect, quiet confidence, and strong will, qualities that reflect the Trump family DNA. While his public appearances have been limited, there is no doubt that Barron has inherited his family's determination and ambition. His towering height and composed presence have often drawn attention, but beyond the surface, he remains an enigma, one with the potential to shape the next chapter of the Trump legacy. Donald Trump has frequently expressed pride in his youngest son, and their bond is evident, with Trump often referring to him in interviews as a brilliant young man with a bright future ahead. As Barron approaches adulthood, many wonder whether he will follow in his father's footsteps, pursue a career in business, or chart his own path entirely. While it's too early to say for certain, one thing is clear: Barron Trump's journey is just beginning. Whether he chooses to embrace the spotlight or remain behind the scenes, his intelligence, composure, and potential for leadership will undoubtedly make him a significant figure in the Trump family's future. Barron Trump's moment, a speech that stunned America. If the 2025 inauguration made one thing clear, it was that Donald Trump's family remains a cornerstone of his legacy. Over the years, each of his children has played a pivotal role in helping him navigate the ever-changing political landscape. While Donald Jr., Eric, and Ivanka have long been known for their active involvement, Barron Trump had remained a mystery, until now. Once seen as simply the youngest Trump, Barron's intelligence, composure, and quiet strength finally came into full view when he delivered his first-ever public speech and left the nation stunned. The 2025 presidential inauguration was expected to be a grand spectacle, filled with pomp, ceremony, and political rhetoric. Yet, the most talked-about moment of the event didn't come from the president, dignitaries, or any seasoned political figures. Instead, it came from someone who had never before stepped into the spotlight, Barron Trump. For years, the youngest Trump had stayed largely out of the public eye, keeping a low profile throughout his father's presidency. While his older siblings took on public-facing roles, Barron was seen as the quiet observer, rarely making headlines. That changed in an instant. On this historic day, Barron stepped up to the podium and delivered a speech that no one saw coming. It wasn't filled with political promises, partisan talking points, or the usual rhetoric expected at such an event. Instead, Barron spoke directly to his generation, addressing the challenges and struggles young people face in today's world. His words carried weight, showing a level of thoughtfulness and wisdom far beyond his years. For many, the sight of Barron Trump, tall, confident, and composed, standing before the nation was nothing short of jaw-dropping. Until now, he had been a teenager growing up in the shadows of a powerful family. But in this moment, he stepped forward, not as the youngest Trump, but as a voice of the future. Barron Trump's vision, a call for the future. There he stood at the center of the nation's stage, no longer just a quiet observer in his father's shadow, but a voice for the next generation. Tall, composed, and confident, Barron Trump took a deep breath before addressing the crowd. The air was thick with anticipation. No one quite knew what to expect. But as he spoke, it became clear this wasn't just another ceremonial address. Barron began by acknowledging the reality young people face today, a world changing at breakneck speed, filled with economic uncertainty, social pressures, and environmental challenges that feel impossible to navigate. He didn't gloss over the difficulties, he confronted them head-on. He spoke of a generation forced to adapt, innovate, and fight for stability in an era that often seems stacked against them. Yet, rather than dwell on despair, Barron's message was one of resilience. He emphasized the power of young people, their ability to rise above adversity, and the strength found in unity. But Barron didn't stop at simply recognizing the struggles of his generation. He called for change. He challenged outdated systems that make it harder for young people to succeed, particularly in education, the job market, and environmental policy. His speech wasn't about political promises or partisan divides. It was about creating a vision for a better future. A future where innovation is encouraged, creativity is valued, and opportunity is not limited by outdated practices. One of the most striking moments of his speech was his emphasis on collaboration between generations. He called for young and old to work together, recognizing the wisdom and experience of older generations, while also advocating for the fresh ideas and bold perspectives that young people bring. His message was one of unity, a reminder that the future cannot be built by one generation alone. Barron Trump may not have been in the public eye before this day, but in this moment, he became a leader in his own right. Barron Trump's message, a vision for the next generation. From the moment he stepped onto the stage, Barron Trump made it clear. This speech wasn't about political elites, policy debates, or partisan divides. It was about young people, speaking directly to the youth of America He acknowledged the immense pressure they face to succeed in a world that often feels overwhelming and unforgiving. But instead of dwelling on challenges, he chose to inspire. Barron spoke with conviction, sharing his belief that young people hold the key to shaping a better future, not just for themselves but for the world as a whole. His words resonated not only with the audience in attendance, but also with millions watching at home. Unlike the usual political rhetoric, this wasn't about powerful figures making decisions from the top. This was about empowering a new generation to step up and take control of their own destinies. One of the central themes of his speech was the need to create real pathways to success, whether through education, mentorship, or community building. He stressed that success doesn't have to look the same for everyone. The world is diverse, and so too are the paths people take to achieve their goals. He called for leaders, parents, educators, and lawmakers to recognize this and to work together to build an environment where young people can thrive. It was a powerful statement, one that demanded action, not just words. One of the most poignant moments in Barron's speech came when he addressed the importance of mental health and emotional well-being. He spoke candidly about how the pressures young people face today can be overwhelming, urging society to take those struggles seriously. He called for greater understanding, resources, and support, emphasizing that every young person deserves the space to grow in a healthy, encouraging environment. His words were genuine and deeply personal, making it clear that he wasn't just speaking from a prepared script, he was speaking from the heart. Barron Trump may have entered this inauguration as the quiet observer, but by the end of his speech, he had cemented himself as a voice for his generation. He wasn't just following in his family's footsteps, he was carving his own path. We truly appreciate you for sticking around and watching our video. Leave a 2 in the comments to let me know you are still here with us. Barron's University debut. Barron Trump has officially returned to campus, marking his first appearance at New York University as the son of the United States president. Unlike the elegant, composed presence he maintains at official events with his father, Barron embraces a more casual, laid-back style when stepping into his college life. After an extended absence from classes following winter break, Barron is finally back at STUNS School of Business. His late return was reportedly due to family obligations, as he had been frequently seen attending high-profile events in Washington, District of Columbia, supporting Donald Trump in his new role as President of the United States. While his parents have now relocated to Washington, District of Columbia, Barron has opted to stay behind in New York City, continuing his studies while residing in Trump Tower. His daily commute to school is anything but ordinary. He moves with a 5-car security detail, complete with Secret Service agents and NYPD reinforcements, ensuring his safety near NYU's campus. Despite the added security presence, Barron has wasted no time making his mark at STUNS. During his freshman year, he already began laying the groundwork for his own real estate empire, partnering with 2 classmates to launch an ambitious new venture. According to Cameron Roxborough, co-founder of Trump, Fulcher and Roxborough Capital incurred Barron's company aims to focus on high-end real estate projects, including luxury developments and golf courses across Arizona, Idaho, and Utah. But beyond his business ambitions, Barron has earned a reputation as the most attractive male student on campus. His arrival and departure from university buildings regularly draw crowds of curious students eager to catch a glimpse of the youngest Trump. Regardless of their political views, many at NYU see him as charismatic, striking, and undeniably intriguing, a presence that, like it or not, commands attention. Freshman's ambitious business plan. Barron Trump's real estate ambitions have recently caught the attention of the American media, revealing an impressive startup founded by the freshman and his 2 close associates. The company, Trump, Fulcher, and Roxborough Capital Inc., was officially launched in July 2024, signaling Barron's first step into the world of high-stakes real estate investing. However, just 4 months after its establishment, Barron made an unexpected decision, temporarily pausing the company upon learning that his father had officially won the United States presidential election. Prioritizing family commitments, Barron chose to shift his focus toward supporting Donald Trump in his return to the White House. Despite putting the business on hold, sources indicate that his passion for real estate hasn't faded, and he fully intends to resume operations when the timing is right. At the moment, Cameron Roxburgh, Barron's close friend and co-founder, is the sole spokesperson for the venture, carefully navigating media inquiries. According to Cameron, the group collectively decided to pause business activities in order to avoid overwhelming media attention, especially with the Trump name once again dominating headlines. However, they are using this hiatus strategically, dedicating time to in-depth market research and refining their long-term vision for the company's future relaunch. Interestingly, despite bearing the Trump name, this startup is entirely self-funded, with no direct financial backing from their families. That being said, Donald Trump himself has reportedly offered Barron valuable business advice, leveraging his decades of expertise in real estate to guide his son's early steps. The ultimate ambition? To build a thriving, profitable venture that could one day be integrated into the larger Trump business empire. In a family where Donald Jr. and Eric Trump have already made their mark in real estate, Barron seems determined to forge his own path, proving his independence, business acumen, and personal ambition. While his brothers manage the established Trump organization, Barron is focused on building something entirely his own, a bold move that could solidify his place within the family's legacy on his own terms. Barron's college life, a new chapter. As Barron Trump embarks on his first year of college, his mother, First Lady Melania Trump, has shared rare insights into his life as a student at NYU's STUNS School of Business. According to Melania, Barron is thriving in his academic environment, enjoying both his coursework and his professors. However, she acknowledges that his college experience will be anything but ordinary. I don't think Barron will have a normal life like many other students, but he has to accept that this is his path, his life, Melania admitted. Unlike most freshmen navigating their first year away from home, Barron will remain in New York, continuing his studies at Trump Tower while his mother moves to Washington, District of Columbia for Donald Trump's second term as president. This will mark a significant change for Melania, who has always been by Barron's side. With the next 4 years set to be the first time she will be away from her son, she reflects on the natural progression of parenthood. I think parents can only truly accompany their children until they turn 18 or 19 years old. During their children's growth, parents try to teach, guide, and give them wings so that they can be ready to fly on their own when the time comes. Currently, Barron is 18 years old, she shared. Despite the physical distance, Barron is expected to visit his parents at the White House whenever his schedule allows, balancing his academic life with family responsibilities. Meanwhile, Donald Trump himself recently weighed in on his youngest son's rising popularity at NYU, acknowledging Barron's unique presence on campus. Barron doesn't have a girlfriend yet, Trump revealed with a chuckle in a recent interview. My son is a handsome guy, very smart, always has good academic performance, and behaves politely. Barron likes to be alone, but he also knows how to integrate and communicate well. With his height, intelligence, and quiet confidence, Barron continues to attract attention wherever he goes. But beyond the fascination surrounding him, he is simply a young man stepping into adulthood, forging his own path while carrying the Trump name into a new era. Barron's social life and public fascination. As Barron Trump's presence at New York University continues to attract attention, so does the public curiosity surrounding his personal and social life. While his father, Donald Trump, has playfully stated that Barron doesn't have a girlfriend yet, that hasn't stopped speculation from growing. With his towering height, composed demeanor, and striking features, Barron has naturally become one of NYU's most talked-about students, a figure who intrigues both peers and the media alike. Despite the buzz, Barron maintains a relatively private social life, carefully balancing his academic workload, business ventures, and family commitments. Unlike many students who embrace New York City's vibrant social scene, Barron is known for keeping a low profile, focusing instead on his studies and long-term ambitions. However, that doesn't mean he lacks a presence. On campus, he draws crowds simply by walking to class, with students eager to catch a glimpse of the youngest Trump in his element. Still, his reserved nature hasn't kept him entirely out of social circles. Close friends describe him as polite, charismatic, and highly intelligent, someone who knows how to engage in meaningful conversations despite his preference for solitude. His time at STUNS School of Business has also introduced him to a network of young entrepreneurs and future industry leaders, further shaping his ambitions beyond the classroom. Whether he chooses to embrace a more public lifestyle or continue operating in the background, one thing remains clear. Barron Trump's presence commands attention, even when he's not trying to. What do you like most about Barron? His style, his intelligence, his quiet confidence? Let us know in the comments.